Hello everyone, welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Gaviani. We are here for a death battle. We are here for Giorno versus Joker, and it's gonna be frickin' badass. All I see so far is we can't get this battle's music out of our heads. So, I guess we can just dive right into it. Fight!
Joker versus Giorno.
The Phantom Thief of Hearts and JoJo's Golden Gangstar.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
There was
And
this.
it's our job to
Camera's
analyze their
tilted.
weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Sweet.
Ren Amamiya
From what I understand, it comes down to
when
how
he witnessed an innocent woman being harassed and
just
stepped
how
in,
powerful
he had
you
no
rank
idea
Persona
her
characters,
assailant
because
was one
there's
of
like a big
Japan's
debate
most
about it.
prominent politicians.
Poor Ren was forced to leave town, lose friends.
Spent 10
and
years in
transfer to
spin-off
shoot-
hell. He spent 10 years in spin-off hell and he's still only 17.
Jin Academy. There's definitely more fun ways to ruin your life.
But his run-ins with corrupt authority figures was only just beginning.
One might call it a
But is
theme.
there any more
And it
noble
wouldn't
way to
just be
ruin your
dealing
life?
With your garden variety scumbag gym teachers, Ren and his new friends found themselves in a whole new world. The Metaverse. Oh, less scary. Yeah, that one.
Derived from the works of Carl Jung, this collective unconscious is like an alternate reality formed from the amalgamated thoughts and feelings of mankind. What
So is it
humans
really an
believe,
alternate
or even what
reality
they
then?
fear directly shapes it.
And inside this crazy mental realm, those who have been corrupted by power and abused the weak have become evil superpowers.
Yeah.
Just like how they're viewed by many of their victims in the real world. Victims like Ren and his friends, Ryuji, Makoto, Pancakes, and the Animal.
They may have been helpless against crushing institutional might in the real world, but in the metaverse, they had a way to fight back.
Yeah.
Personas.
As part of the summoner's inner self, personas can become
bassy
incredibly
jazz going.
powerful spirits.
By using their personas to battle their foes in the metaverse and steal their hearts, the source of their moral corruption, Ren and company could cause such foes to repent in the real world. So the friends formed a band called the Phantom Thieves, with Ren as their leader, codenamed Joker.
And Joker's first persona was the
Pillar of
awesome
Twilight,
Arsene.
With
Arsene.
razor-sharp claws and the ability to curse enemies with dark energy, Arsene was an excellent persona to start with.
But
Yeah,
Joker's a wild
yeah.
card. Literally.
Okay, Arsene, Jack Frost, Yoshitsune, Pixie, etc. Ultimate personas: Alice, Lucifer, Odin, Metatron, Satanael, etc. Of course. I see, okay. Remember, my experience with Persona is I played the crap out of Persona 3 Portable for like 3 months straight, until my brains oozed out my ears, and that's been about it. Social Confidence. Oh, I watched the Persona 4 anime. Social Confidence, summoning multiple personas, Will of Rebellion, why isn't that going away?
He can capture
Unshaken
as
Will.
many personas as he wants. He's gotta catch them all, because they each have their own crazy powers. From shooting fire, ice, and lightning,
I mean,
to
Shin
dishing
Megami
out
Tensei
status effects,
was
healing,
a
and
early
resistances, to
monster
lobbing
collector game.
actual nukes at the baddies.
So
Awesome.
Joker can fight with manifestations of
Okay,
deities like
wildcard users
Beelzebub,
have access to Velvet Room during combat, including any of the personas within it. Okay.
Odin, and Jesus Christ.
That's the one I always talk
Wait,
about because my
that's one of
mom's
the
name
things
is
I've
Mara.
seen. Oh, hey, did you know that a persona is connected to their user's own stamina? So when a persona is shattered, even though it's not like dead, it does rattle the user pretty badly.
Well, without his
Yeah,
personas,
you gotta
Joker
heal
can
up.
still rely on his guns, grappling hooks, smoke bombs, etc.
Might not sound like much compared to summoning actual Satan, but in the metaverse,
It may not.
perception is reality. No, really,
Soma,
it
I
actually
read
works
Brave
like
New
that.
World. I
In
know
the
what that
real
means.
world, Joker's gun is only a prop. However, with Joker's reputation,
I like that it
in the
showed the
metaverse, this
Smash
prop
clip right
becomes
there.
a god killer. As the Phantom Thieves' reputation increased, so did their power. Simply because
The chibi
that's how
versions,
they were
yes.
perceived.
Kinda like how personas are empowered by the social links Joker possesses with his friends. Yes, in the world of Persona, hanging out
Mitsu.
with your buds makes you stronger. Anime! Game!
At their max, social links can bring a wildcard user back from the brink of death, instilling them with willpower greater than the rest of humanity combined. I guess meticulously gardening your friends like a sociopath has its benefits.
Hey, Wiz, have a cold one on me.
Oh no.
Thanks. Looks like our
The
relationship
hero
is advanced now.
font.
Oh, yeah. Well, point to us hanging out anymore. Later, loser, I'm gonna go do untested pharmaceuticals and date my teacher.
Oh. Wait, date your what? Ahem. Over the course of his adventures leading the Phantom Thieves, Joker's bond made him as powerful as the gods he commands. He can dodge Lucifer's
I know a lot of
morning
people
star,
wanted that
which
in
summons an
Scarlet and
energy
Violet,
beam that
especially
travels
with the school
several
nurse.
light years in seconds.
Wow.
Millions of times faster than light.
Or survive a cheeseburger that exploded big enough to eclipse a nebula. Talk about having
Okay. First human in history to save Igor. Igor is under distress. Dodged lasers and star-crossing beams. Knocked around a piggy bank weighing over 62,000 tons. Tanked the nebula-sized Big Bang Burger. Fought on equal ground with Yu Narukami. Survived the Valentine's Day Massacre. Like, the actual one from history, or is that the term they're using to apply to something in the game? Defeated Yaldabaoth, Gilgamesh, Enlil, Maruki, and Samuel, which I'm assuming from the context is not someone named Samuel, but is an angel, the way that, you know, how these names work.
stomach problems. No wonder Joker can face off against opponents that can reshape all of reality.
Like Maruki, who used the metaverse to rewrite all of reality to fit his desires.
Or
And he's
Yaldabaoth,
basically
who
Cyrus,
merged the
from what
real
I
world and
understand.
metaverse together.
It was in this battle with
Okay,
Yaldabaoth
hang on.
that Joker upgraded Arsene to create
Okay, Satanael initially manifested from the will of the masses siding with the Phantom Thieves, but Joker could later access the power on his own. Nice.
Satanael, the biblical
Satanael,
angel
okay.
of vengeance.
With a big-ass gun, perceive this reality, bitch!
Its primary attack
Okay. Shin Megami Tensei, canonically takes place in the same universe as Persona, which is a spin-off timeline. Therefore, attributes of almighty spells in Shin Megami Tensei apply. Awesome! I didn't even know it was a spin-off timeline. I thought it was just literally the same one because SMT is weird like that and kind of keeps resetting
Full
everything.
Shell is imbued with what is known as
I mean, I knew
almighty
it
energy,
was a
which can
spin-off.
bypass any defense, even that from the omnipotent orb, which can explicitly rewrite reality.
Yes, very
Okay.
good. Big-ass gun whiz!
And with a shot heard around the world,
They-
Joker and his friends
Seems-
prove that you're never too young to change society for the better, no
Are-
matter how arduous the forces against you may be.
If the man is keeping
I just have to wonder how many people played this and thought it was awesome and then go on to say horrible things about, like, Greta Thunberg because she's like 20 now, but, you know, when she was in her teens, people were just terrible to her, and they still are, and it's like, because they think she's overstepping her boundaries as a kid, and it's like, yeah, okay, I know she has sponsorship. I know all of that. In order to be a public speaker, you kind of have to. But anyway, though, it seems like they're using the high end of estimates on the Persona, how far the power scaling can be wanked.
down, just call up the Phantom Thieves to put them in their place. They'll never see it coming.
Awesome.
As far back as he could remember, Giorno Giovanna always wanted to be a gangster.
Cause damn it feels good to be a gangster. Gone are the days of leaving horse heads in your enemy's bed or squeezing their head in a vice till they pop. Giorno wanted to be a different kind of gangster.
A more progressive, metrosexual kind of mob boss.
A gangstar.
A shy, withdrawn boy on the streets of
Well,
Naples. Giorno's
I,
life changed the day he
I know a
saved
gang called
wounded
Rainbow
monster.
Rocket you could
In
join.
return, he was rewarded with future protection from abuse and isolation. This act of reciprocal kindness convinced Giorno of the value of the mob as a social organization.
Isn't that
If only
literally
it was
the plot of the
commanded by
Yakuza
the right
series?
person.
Someone like Giorno. All he
He's 15? What? Can fold his ear into his, like, completely in? Biological son of Dio Verendo and Jonathan Joestar, don't ask. Well, we heard about that during Dio's summary and Jonathan's, didn't we?
had to do was take control of the Neapolitan Mafia, Passione, and their army of superpowered assassins. Ambitious? Maybe. But hey, he's the bastard son of the insane vampire douche lord himself, Dio Brando.
who conceived Giorno while possessing the body of his arch-enemy, Jonathan Joestar.
Yeah.
This technically makes Giorno both a Brando and a JoJo.
Hence the name, JoJo. Get it?
Well, he didn't just inherit the name, but also the Joestar bloodline's power.
Shit's
Giorno
weird.
possesses a stand.
Shit's weird.
Gold experience.
Stands are invisible, intangible, punchy ghosts that protect their user and come with incredible superpowers, like
Yeah.
stopping time, making fiction into reality, or cooking Italian food. God damn, give me that one.
And Giorno's gold experience has perhaps the
Okay, damage reflection. I want to know how durable that is. Replace missing body parts. Could create vaccines for deadly poisons. Intangibility. Can that cause him to tank through any of that almighty orb stuff? Life creation creates any plant or animal life. Does that include himself? Overloads the target's senses. Oh, that's just daily.
greatest potential
For me.
of any stand in the series. With just a touch, it can imbue inanimate objects with golden life energy.
Turning them into any plant or animal in an instant and back again. Giorno uses this with maximum creativity, like disguising a gun as a banana so you accidentally blow your own brains out. A gorilla's worst nightmare.
Giorno is, frankly, a super genius when it comes to gold experience's abilities.
Like transforming bullets into flesh to heal the very wounds they made, or changing a brick into a snake that can detect body heat and find a hidden enemy.
If you
or
shot through the
turning
head
his
with
teeth
flesh,
into a special kind of jellyfish that filters out the toxins in the piss he was drinking. I thought I was the only one who did that.
Should the object Giorno gives life to be a part of a greater whole, like turning a tooth into a fly, it will attempt to return to its original source.
Not only that, any damage Giorno's creations receive will be reflected onto the opponent.
Giorno can even
I
imbue
see.
living things with this same energy. This supercharges the target's consciousness, causing them to outpace their physical body, and leaving them totally helpless to counterattack.
It might seem like you got 10 times faster, but you're actually experiencing time at a way slower rate while your body is stuck in the same position.
I
Imagine
see.
a Buddha to the nuts felt for 20 straight seconds. Forget about it.
Especially when you're hitting as hard
Isn't that
as
around
gold
how long they usually
experience.
take?
According to the Jojo Veller art book written by the mangaka himself, gold experience has a speed rating of A.
Hang on. And that has the power to endow objects. Something can turn. To human individual senses will go out of control and everything will seem like it's moving slowly.
Putting him in the same league as stands like Star Platinum and Silver Chariot, which are
Alright.
faster than light.
And although his strength stat is only a C, he can still shatter cars like glass and keep up with ace strength stands like Sticky Fingers. Perfect for a
Excuse me, what?
that lasts 7 pages long. Daddy Dio must be so proud.
With gold experience at his side, Giorno joined Passione and
I think he
rose
would
to
hate this
challenge its
kid.
reclusive leader, Diavolo.
Wait. Diavolo? You're telling me that Giorno, the son of God, battles the devil, just like Jesus, whose full biblical name is Yeshua, or Joshua. Ben Joseph. Joshua Joseph. Jojo.
And that is
We're moving on. Diavolo's
that
goal
is
to
something
take
in the
his
actual
land.
series, right? They say that Jesus was a Joestar, right? Like that's actually part of the plot, right?
On a stand arrow. And when a stand is pierced by a stand arrow, it evolves.
So, Joe got it first and transformed Gold Experience into the most broken thing in anime. Gold Experience Requiem.
Requiem
Awesome.
stands change the
Meanwhile, the most broken thing is in fighting games is Pet Shop. Enhanced life beams reduces any action or effect to 0. Nullifies willpower. Acts independent of time. Again, this is all going to come down to the almighty orb
entirely.
sort of
It's
stuff,
almost
isn't
like
it?
they elevate your stand beyond the need for combat. Gold Experience Requiem can, in short, negate any action taken against it and return it to a state of 0, shifting reality back to square one.
Any,
Let's
that's
say I woke up
the issue. The Requiem upgrade appears permanent. Giorno retains it in multiple later spin-offs and also kept the stand arrow used to access. Oh, so the arrow doesn't disappear.
Got myself a gun and fired it at Giorno. With Gold Experience Requiem, no matter how accurate I am, the shot will always miss because I never fired my gun.
That is return to 0. And also a horrific example of gun safety. This applies
Yeah,
to any
no
attack
kidding.
against Requiem, including from Diavolo's stand.
Basic
Crimson,
trigger discipline,
which can
people.
infamously skip time, erasing the universe for 10 seconds. And Requiem negated that.
It undid time being erased, while time was already erased, which meant there was no time to unerase the erased time, and
That's right, Boomstick. Requiem's ability acts independently of time itself. Sound crazy? Well, Requiem can counter the stand made in heaven, which can accelerate time across the whole universe into infinity. So that kind of range of Requiem's ability is actually consistent.
It also reduces your willpower to 0, so you can't even fight back.
Even your death can be returned to 0.
Okay, now that's interesting. Because Joker has, like, endless willpower. Can Joker's will be negated?
After pummeling Diavolo into pulp, Requiem prevented him from dying, forcing him to relive the experience.
Okay, death is not a prerequisite to being put in this reality loop. According to its stand profile, merely being struck by Requiem would induce it.
Being killed over and over in a series of never-ending alternate universes for eternity.
Just when you thought you were out,
So,
Requiem pulls you back in.
it's the-
second you hear that piano.
So it's what is that from the dark side put Thanos in at the end of that battle? I don't remember what it was called. It was years ago. Survived having parts of his face removed. Hey, look at that! I'm surviving having parts of my face removed right now. I'm exfoliating. Yeah, that's why quantifying these things is important. White Album. Negative universe spanning time deletion. So it seems both of them have the ability to do things like that.
Piano, start playing. Run.
And so, Giorno took control of Passione and turned it into the peacekeeping social organization he always dreamed about.
With its streets free of drugs, Italy's youth could rest easy. Their hopes and dreams could be carried into the future on a golden wind. Vento Areo.
Awesome.
Wiz, you gotta play that.
No.
Just open-
Shut.
Google.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle.
Okay. It is gonna come down to two things. If Joker's endless will can survive will negation, and if Requiem can overcome, because it seems like they're kind of equal as far as the feats of you know, surviving the end of the universe. So if they can both do that, I don't know. That's interesting. I really don't know. Oh, might as well. Okay. I don't know.
Go, Arsene. Giorno Giovanna, your heart is twisted. It is ours to take.
Choke if you touch me. My dreams aren't yours to take.
I turned them into bees.
He'll never see it coming. Checkmate.
Oh my! Those are the bees again. The animation, like the modeling, is a little choppy.
Alice!
Oh, yes, it's that one.
You never took the time to understand my gold experience.
Oh, dear.
All objects given life by gold experience desire to return home.
Oh, dear. So did that just negate his grappling hook by turning it into a snake? Because it's just gonna keep trying to go in there.
Creates life. I've got to nullify that.
Jack Frost, Ice Age!
I know people want Jack Frost for Smash because that would, he's more of a symbol of Persona and SMT than any one character.
This Shoko Phantasma is justice. This is Requiem.
Oh yeah? Ow, 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 ow.
Won't allow it, Joker!
Keep fighting. You can do it.
You die now.
Joker's got
I'll kill you again myself.
Well, there's that ultimate will, but is that going to be enough? You keep trying to use guns when they don't work. Oh boy. Well, it's not gonna change his heart now. His heart's in about 1 billion pieces on the floor. Stand arrow treasure times 1.
Giorno never had the makings of a varsity death battle winner.
This was an absolutely fascinating matchup and far from an easy call.
Joker versus base gold
Yes.
experience wasn't close though.
Gonna
Giorno
come down to a
powers
lot of
through Joker
different
for a loop,
factors of
but
interpretation.
Joker and his personas were millions of times faster and could take on universe busters.
And there was no doubt Joker
No. Shadows and demons share many attributes with stance. Many are invisible to those without spiritual awareness or invulnerable to conventional attack. Joker's third eye can also detect entities like stand. Okay.
see Giorno's stand, considering he could spot similar beings like shadows.
Add in the versatility of Joker's hundreds of personas, and Giorno could get quickly overwhelmed.
But that's where Requiem came in.
But
and
you
the
can only
game
have one on the
changed.
field at
With
once,
its
right?
ability to nullify any
Like, I know that
action
didn't
taken
come up here.
against it, even ones that can affect entire universes, Joker's regular arsenal was rendered moot.
Remember, Requiem could act independently of time.
Yeah.
So Joker wouldn't be able to avoid Requiem's ability.
Yeah, it
He'd
wouldn't
have to
matter.
beat it outright.
Take when the Phantom Thieves
Okay. Almighty Magic has consistently overcome reality warping from entities far more powerful than Gold Experience Requiem, such as Lucifer in the Devil Summoner series. Alright, okay.
face Maru.
Getting into
But he
everything
couldn't
here.
Resist the reality warping effects of his powers. He even had an ability that nullified actions against him, similar to Gold Experience Requiem.
But Joker still had an ace up his sleeve. While Requiem can reduce your
Okay, the Velvet Room exists outside normal space-time and could act as a potential sanctuary from Gold Experience Requiem, similar to how Save the Phantom Themes from Yaldabaoth's reality warping. Okay! Alright.
power to zero, Joker's social links were able to recharge him.
And finally, we have Joker's almighty attacks, which could bypass reality warping defenses like the Omnipotent Orb.
Omnipotent Orb, not Almighty Orb. Okay. Fate is not unbeatable in JoJo. It has been altered by abilities like Soft and Wet, Go Beyond. And Made in Heaven, Almighty Magic achieves a similar effect. Okay, alright, we're
The
just gonna
perfect
ignore
counter
that.
for Requiem.
Ignore that
This is
name.
actually backed up in JoJo. While Requiem only has one appearance in the manga, it did show up in the game Eyes of Heaven.
There, it faced off against the
Okay. Eyes of Heaven was written by the author of JoJo and occurs in the series' wider multiverse. This provides necessary context for Gold Experience Requiem's abilities and weaknesses, which are only touched upon in Part 5.
world
Okay.
over heaven, which can overwrite reality to overpower any attack, including Requiem's return to zero. That meant an almighty attack that can bypass reality warping would have the same effect, giving Joker the option he needed to land a killing blow against Requiem's
Less
perfect
experienced. It kind of seems like Giorno is more experienced. Like, Joker's experience would have taken place in 1 year, right? That's how 3 and 4 worked anyway, so I'm assuming that's how 5 works. And Giorno has been doing this for at least a few years, right?
defense.
Dio is such a dick, he literally ruined his own son's death battle.
Giorno was brilliant, but Joker had the
Okay, but how did he
blow
do?
against Requiem's perfect defense.
Dio is...
Any attack, including Requiem's return to 0.
Oh,
effect.
because he was fighting him, that's why.
Brilliant, but Joker had the versatility, experience, and almighty power for the final blow.
Gotcha.
Giorno missed his golden opportunity and had a shell of a time. Hey, Wiz, hear what I said? I said Giorno missed his golden opportunity and he had a shell of a time.
The winner is Joker.
Nothing about
Next
Requiem?
time on Death
Okay.
Battle.
Hang on, is this gonna be the, is this gonna be the, Bowser versus Eggman one? Yes. Oh, yeah, here we go!
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Oh, that'll be fun. I see they're using, oh gosh, what's her name? The girl that is basically Eggman's daughter. Whatever she is, I don't remember her name. Like I said, people think I'm a lot more versed in Sonic than I actually am just because my budgie's named Sonic, but she's named after the fast food place and the bird rescue named her. But, okay. It was a fun battle. I didn't quite understand it. Because, as I said, I'm not really versed in either of these series. I've said for years I need to get around to reading JoJo. I haven't yet. I haven't watched the anime. I haven't done any of this stuff that I said I was gonna do. You know, I own Persona 4. I own the PlayStation 2 version, and I've never played it. I even lent it to Netbug. She played it. I didn't play it. Oh, gosh. And when I picked up Persona 3 Portable, I didn't know what it was. I thought I was getting Persona 1, but it had the wrong game in the case. And by the time I realized that, because I bought it when I was on vacation, so I couldn't go back and get, yeah, well, apparently 3 is a much better game anyway, but 1 and 2 should be recognized more, just because of their influence, and they are the background of everything. I had fun. I do know more about the characters next time. However, I don't know everything. Everything I've learned about Eggman has been through fandom osmosis. Bowser I'm more familiar with, but I haven't played the games where he's like a really heavy hitter. Like, all of this stuff about being a star child has been new to me. I don't even know what game that's from. And if I look up Star Child, I have a feeling it's just going to give me a picture of that creepy alien baby, quote unquote. It's just a baby with a deformed skull. Gosh. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's like everywhere in the 90s. It's like there's this remains found of this thing that everyone was convinced was an alien, but it was sad, really, you know? But yeah, it was a wild ride. Yeah, remember, I'm older than a lot of you. I am a lot older than a lot of you. I am 44 years old. Yeah, I remember a lot of these bands that get referenced in JoJo. You have to remember how I brought up that in reference to JoJo that Oingo Boingo is my favorite band, and I couldn't understand why their name got changed in the English version, because I can't imagine that anybody in the band would have had a problem with that. I saw Oingo Boingo in concert. They broke up in 1995. So Yeah. Mm. I'm just putting that out there, just floating that down the river. So I am a lot older than most of you other death battle reactors out there. So sometimes my frame of reference is just a little bit, I was trying to make like a gear turning gesture, like a clock winding or something, but the angle was wrong, and so it just looked like I was doing, I don't know, that Italian gesture. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I had a good time. Like I said, I haven't played Persona 5. Joker's really easy to use in Smash, though, I'll say that. Like, he's very much a beginner-friendly character. Although what's really funny is that people say that Kazuya is not beginner-friendly, but I found him very much so because of all of his combos. Basically, any input I had was going to be something. But anyway, though, in 2 weeks, I will be at KomoriCon, and I want you all to join me there. Obviously, very few of you actually can. But I want you all to join me there. I'm going to be running a villain fans support group panel. And if you come to that, it would make my day. I will see you all at least in 3 weeks for Bowser vs. Eggman. Until next time, I'm Blackjack Gaviani, and if you ever read up on the collective unconsciousness, it is freaking weird.